Rub-a-dub-dub, there's homemade soap in the tub. Yeah, that was pretty cheesy. I'm Katie, the Crafty Blog Stalker, and today I'm going to show you how you can make your own bars of soap filled with lots of fun colors and glitter that are perfect for gifts. I've got all the supplies that I need laid out here for my soap. Here is my soap base. It is microwavable, super simple to use. And then I've got a cutting board as well as my soap knife. And then here are the colors that I'm going to dye my soap, as well as the super fine glitter that I'm going to add to give my soap just some sparkle. Then here is my scent. Now this is a melon soap scent, as well as a spritzer with some rubbing alcohol, and I'll tell you later what that's used for. And then to melt the soap, I'm going to use a glass dish that's microwavable safe, of course, and then I'm just going to stir it with some wood craft sticks. Now for my mold, I am going to use a Pringles can container. I know we all have these lying around because we can't stop eating Pringles. They're delicious. So this is what I'm going to use for my mold. For my soap, I'm going to use 20 ounces of this microwavable soap base. So I'm going to start just by cutting a chunk of this off. And then I've got a scale here so I can weigh my soap to make sure that I am right where I need to be. So now I'm just going to cut these into a little bit smaller chunks just so they melt easier. Now I'm going to microwave this for 20 seconds at a time until it is completely melted. Now you can see that my soap is completely melted. So now I am going to add my flavoring. Now remember, this is 20 ounces of soap base, so I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of scent. I know I said flavoring, it's scent. You probably don't want to eat this. I'm going to mix that in. And then I'm also going to add my glitter. So I'm just going to open that. And I don't have an exact measurement for this. I'm just going to use one of my craft sticks here and just put a good scoop like that in there. And then I will stir that. And you can see how sparkly it is. Yay, it's gonna be so pretty. Now you could really use any colored glitter you wanted. Just make sure that you are using the super fine glitter. I want there to be several colors of my soap. So now I'm just gonna put this into a couple other containers so I can create some different colors. So I'm going to keep one clear, and then I'm going to do 1 yellow, and I'm going to put 5 drops of each color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're better to start with fewer drops, so if you need to add more, you can. Of course, you can always add more, but you can't take some away. Then I'm just going to stir those up to see how bright that color is. The yellow is perfect. The green is a little bit light. I think I'm going to add a couple more drops to the green. That's better. And now the blue. Oh, let's stir the blue first. Oh, and the blue is perfect. Okay, so the green was really the only one that I needed to add a little bit of color to. Now I've got my Pringles can, and I have cleaned it all out. It is free of crumbs and grease. And this is what I'm going to use for my mold for my soap. So I have some nice round discs of soap. So I'm going to move these aside. I want to create some fun angles of the different colors in my soap. So I'm just going to use a glass bowl so I can pour the soap in and then turn it and let it sit over and over again. So I'm going to start with the yellow and just pour some of that straight in there. All right, so now this has sat. You can kind of see in there how it has dried at a slant. So now I'm just going to turn it and I'm going to add some soap and lay it in the other direction. Now if your soap starts to set up while you're waiting, it's really okay. You can just pop it back in the microwave for a little bit. So now I'm gonna add some clear and I'm gonna do the same thing and put it at a tilt, just like that. Now I told you earlier I would tell you what the rubbing alcohol is for, and you can't see very well because I've got this at a slant, but what you do is you spray this on the top, on that top layer of soap, and it'll make it so all of the bubbles go away. So I'm just gonna give that a little squirt, and then again I'm gonna let this sit. Now I'm gonna keep doing this over and over until I've gone through all of my soap. Once you've poured all of your soap, you want to let it sit and cure for a minimum of 6 hours. I like to do it overnight just to make sure that it is good and solid when I pull it out of the mold. This one I actually did last night, but I did it the same way that I showed you with the other one. So now let's just open it. We're just going to peel back the Pringles can. I've already cut the rim off. And we're just going to open it up. Yay! Look at how cool that is. You can see all of those different colors. Awesome. Okay, so there is my big soap block. So now what I'm going to do is take my soap knife and I'm going to cut it into a couple different bars. Let's see, I think I'm going to do, let's try and get 5 bars out of this. I love all those different layers. Can you see those? That is so cool. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut. And you want to go straight down. Now with your knife, you don't have to have the specific soap knife, but you do want to make sure that it doesn't have any teeth or anything like that that will leave a mark on it as it goes down on the soap. So then you just push, you find where you want it to go, and you just push straight down. And there is my soap. Look at those colors. That is so cool. So cool. So I'm just gonna keep cutting here. Make my different bars of soap. Those are so fun. And you can see the glitter in those as they sparkle. Oh, this piece came off a little bit, but that's okay. That is just fine. Then we're gonna cut this last one into half. And there are all of our little soap bars. These are so fun. You can make these in any color. You don't have to add the glitter to them. But I just love how using the different colors just makes each one unique. Aren't those pretty? Now if you're giving the soap as gifts, it's always fun to dress up the packages a little bit. You can put it into a little cellophane bag and just tie the top with a ribbon, or actually cut the cellophane bag like the one I have here, cut it open and then cut it into a big circle, and then wrap it around the soap, attaching those ends just with a sticker on the back. And it's a great way to showcase your beautiful soap as well as give it as a gift. I have really gotten into soap making lately. It is just so much fun, and there are so many different possibilities with the different colors and shapes and scents. Oh, my mind is just blown with all of the things that I can do when I make my own soap. So I want to thank you for joining me today. As always, you can find me on my home base at thecraftyblogstalker.com for more fun tutorials. And while you're here, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Thanks for joining me, everyone, and happy crafting!